McCall endeavors to help an escaped prisoner wrongly accused of murder clear his name. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing the Equalizer Episode 3, Judgment Day. So we start out with a guy escaping from prison, and he ends up finding a bag of clothes and some money. So he goes and tries to see his friend, who he finds dead. So he freaks out once he realizes he's dead, and he takes off. And then we cut to Robin dropping her daughter off at school and getting a phone call from her merry band of friends there. And her friend Mary, or Melody, sorry, not Mary, Melody, I said Mary again, says a lawyer just reached out to them for help. So Robin meets with this lawyer, and he says his client, Dale, just broke out of prison. So he's the guy we see at the very beginning of the episode. And he broke out because he's trying to clear his name and find out who the real murderer of this girl is from 10 years ago. So Robin goes off and she tracks the guy's burner phone so he doesn't throw it away. You know, it's not really sure why you would call it a burner phone if you're not going to toss it once you get done using it, but she finds him through his burner phone and starts talking to him, and he's like, listen, I'm going to do things on my own because I was in prison for 10 years and I don't trust anybody. So she's like, well, you know, I'm going to help you. And he's like, go, do what you got to do, but I'm taking off. So I thought that was very interesting because it's a white guy who is wrongfully accused. So this was a big twist for this week. And we end up going through quite a few other scenes where we get the detective who meets with the district attorney and a judge. And he starts asking the judge some questions. And you can kind of tell she's acting weird, like the judge is, because she wants Dale caught, like, ASAP. So the detective really starts digging in a little more. And as Robin continues to investigate, she does enlist the detective's help. And she gets a lead from him, and she gives him a lead. So she ends up going to a hospital to talk to a friend of the girl who was killed 10 years ago. And as she's waiting around for the girl to come out, don't we get this loud, obnoxious white male doctor coming through, talking on his cell phone, and she grabs his cell phone, of course, and is like, you know, you see that family over there? You keep it down and be more respectful. They're grieving. And he's like, I'm a surgeon, you know? He's like, I'm going to an emergency surgery. And she's like, wow, it'd be too bad if you couldn't use your hands. And I was like, wow, you're going to really tell that to a doctor? I was like, damn. And the guy just is confused, and he walks away, too. And I was like, what the heck was that all about? They just got to throw that in? Because the main guy now is a guy who escaped from prison. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So Robin talks to the detective, and you can see there's kind of a playfulness to Robin's banter with him. And he's kind of not having it, but she's all like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she's kind of almost flirting with the idea of him catching her. So I don't know if there's going to be anything there later on. I mean, it would be kind of weird if they did do like a romantic thing with them. But, I mean, then again, I mean, I don't know, you know. And, you know, she gets a lead from the nurse and stuff. She gets told that the nurse gave a statement to the police, and then Robin checks it out and finds out that the police never got the statement. The statement was buried. And Dale's lawyer never saw the statement either. So they're trying to figure out why that is, and they keep going through some more leads. And eventually, you know, with the help of the detective and his band of, her band of merry men there, her hacker buddy, Harry, finds out, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, and then they end up putting the pieces together and finding out who really committed the murder and who helped cover it up. So I thought this was all interesting because they kind of went through more of the episode before they really kind of figured things out, versus the first two episodes, which I kind of thought was a little improvement. But the reason why that happened is because of all the family dynamics that they kept bringing back and forth into the episode. Her daughter is just, she's something else. Honestly, she doesn't seem to like anybody. She's always kind of rude. And her mom even brings it out. And then, as the episode goes on, they do talk about protests and things like that. And the daughter kind of shames these girls for pretending to like these causes. And the mother's like, what's wrong with protesting? Blah, blah, blah. Everybody. And it's just like, oh, my God. That whole dynamic is like, I'm not sure what we can say on YouTube, but I'm just going to say it's woke. It takes away from the whole premise of the show of her helping out. So it seems like she's got to be home by 9 o'clock every night. So I'm like, how do you fight crime that way? How do you catch the bad guys? I mean, are they all just going to conform to your, your schedule? Oh, you're single mom? All right, listen, we'll pick this up in the morning. You go home and, hang out with your family. It's just weird, and the fight scenes, they're slowing that. It seems like, honestly, to me, they're slowing them down. So that way it looks like she's doing more of the fighting and everything. So it still isn't really believable to me. It just doesn't work. But she is doing more one-on-one fights. So, I mean, they're cutting down on the jump cuts that they have to do, the jump editing. The acting in this episode, kind of better. Not by much, though. I mean, honestly, really barely at all. I did like the fact that we don't have Harry, her hacker friend, sitting there telling her no. She's not going to help, he's not going to help her out like 5 times before he helps her out, because we all know he's going to. So, I don't know if they took that, in account, but yeah, it's just, that was kind of good. The playful banner I did think was kind of funny between the Robin and the detective, but it's not enough to save the show. The show is just not very good at all. I'm gonna give this episode again. It had a twist to it. They actually showed a white guy who was the victim. So I did actually think that was better than the first 2 episodes. But again, they threw another white guy in who was a complete jerk. Your stereotypical guy. Then they also had another twist with all of that. And I was like, okay. I'm like, weird. But I mean, it's still, the whole thing is just, the show's not good. I would give this another 5.5 out of 10. If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this. I'd like to hear from you guys. Take care for now, everybody.